Imagine standing on a vast plain 12,000 years ago. The sun is just beginning to rise over the hills of what we now call southeastern Turkey. There are no cities, no farms, no written language, only small groups of hunter-gatherers who travel with the seasons. On this particular morning, smoke rises from a hollowed stone bowl set over a fire. Inside it, something bubbles quietly. It is simple, unremarkable. Yet it is one of the earliest cooked foods humanity ever created. This is the story of ancient porridge, the oldest meal in the world. Long before people mastered farming, they gathered wild grasses, early ancestors of wheat, barley, and oats. They crushed the grains between stones, mixed them with water, and heated them slowly over a fire. What they created wasn't bread, and it wasn't soup. It was something in between, a warm, thick, nourishing mash, a survival food, but also a symbol, perhaps the first symbol, of people shaping nature into nourishment. Archaeologists discovered the remains of these early porridges in stone vessels near Göbekli Tepe, one of the oldest ritual sites on Earth. When scientists examined the microscopic residue inside these bowls, they found traces of ancient grains, burnt starches still clinging to the rock, like fingerprints left behind by our ancestors. But imagine what it felt like to actually be there. A small group gathers at dawn. The nights are cold and a warm meal is a precious thing. The fire crackles, casting amber light on faces weathered by travel and time. A woman stirs the mixture with a stick, adding handfuls of crushed grain collected the day before. Children sit close to the flames, waiting impatiently. For them, this porridge is more than food. It is warmth, comfort, a moment of peace in a difficult world. As the grains swell and soften, the scent rises into the air, nutty, earthy, primitive. It is a smell nearly identical to what we know today. 12,000 years may have passed, but porridge has barely changed. Now imagine the first bite. Warm, thick, slightly sweet from the natural starch released during cooking. Not a feast by our standards, but life-sustaining. This porridge gave early humans the energy to hunt, explore, build shelters, and survive winter months. It was the quiet hero of human evolution. Over time, as people began farming, porridge evolved with them. In the Fertile Crescent, farmers cooked barley porridge, flavored with herbs. In ancient Egypt, workers building the pyramids ate wheat porridge from clay bowls. In early China, millet porridge warmed families through cold mornings. In Northern Europe, oat porridge became a daily ritual, especially in Scotland. Every culture added its own touch: honey, fruit, milk, spices. But the heart of the dish stayed the same, a symbol of simplicity, a reminder that great things often begin with something humble. Today, when you prepare a bowl of oatmeal at breakfast, you're not just eating food. You're participating in one of humanity's oldest traditions. You're connected to every ancestor who watched a pot bubble over an open fire. You're tasting history. Think about that for a moment. Long before the wheel, long before writing, long before civilizations rose and fell, people gathered around fires and shared a warm bowl of porridge. It was a moment that brought them together, a moment that gave them strength, a moment of humanity. Porridge is more than a meal. It is a bridge connecting us to the first chapters of our story. And so, when we imagine that dawn 12,000 years ago, when the world was young and people were few, we see something familiar. A small flame, a stone bowl, a simple mixture of grain and water. The earliest comfort food ever made. The oldest meal on Earth. The beginning of us.